Hello and welcome back everyone to Human Resource Machine. We are going to take a look at year 25, the cumulative countdown. Cumulative? I have no idea how to properly say that. Anyway, year 25. So what we are supposed to do here is for each thing in the inbox we are supposed to outbox the sum of itself plus all numbers down to 0. So essentially it's an extension to the countdown we did already, as in we take 3 for example, and we outbox 3 plus 2 plus 1, which is the 6. So the way I'm going about this is I copy from 5, which is the 0 to initiate a sum, copy it to the sum field, again to start from 0, take from the inbox, copy it to I, and then to the I add the sum. The check for the if 0 is if I hit 0 with my I as my counter. So I count down from whatever I input. And once I hit 0, I know that I no longer have to add more stuff, and I can outbox my result. So if I is not 0, which in the first step it should in most cases not be. There's the exception obviously when you start with 0, but I copy to I, add sum to it, which in the first step is 0, then copy back to sum to have my sum counting up. And then I bump minus the I, so count downwards. And then I jump back. Add the once I bump minus the I already have that I back in hand of my little guy, so I can immediately check for the if 0, and if not, add the sum again. If it's a 0, I just copy my current sum and outbox it. So let's see how that looks. So I initiate my sum by copying the 0 to the sum field. I take my inbox, copy it to the I. Check if it's a 0, in this case it's not, so I add the sum and copy that to the sum field. Then I bump minus the I, which also gives me the current value of I into my hand, jump back up, check if I is 0 again, which is not, so I add I to my sum, store it, bump minus the I, which gives me the I value in hand, go back up, check if it's a 0, it's not, so I add to sum again, store it, bump minus the I, check for 0, which in this case it is, so I copy from my sum and outbox it. And repeat. And there we go, cumulative countdown done. 12 commands. Unfortunately, speed challenge did not make that. So there's a second version of it, where essentially I put in a couple more checks. So if the inbox is 0 immediately, I just outbox 0 right away. Otherwise, I essentially do the same thing, which unfortunately gives me exactly one additional command, but that is already enough to make the size challenge fail. But I mean, it does exactly the same thing. But it exceeds our size challenge. But it makes it so that we hit the speed challenge. So very slight variation, very slight difference, but that's what we needed in order to make both challenges. So yeah, there's the cumulative countdown, year 25, and I'll see you next time.